right, let's see when we go live on the YouTubes. Or no, this is Facebook.
Well, on both of them.
On both of them? All right.
I think we're there.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Evan Aaron Show.
Are we being that somber tonight?
The red and the blue soccer fucking chat. No, I'm happy to be here with my guy. Why does my microphone sound like it does? I have no idea, but it sounds like I'm echoing. I don't know why I'm echoing, but we'll roll with it. Oh, there we go. I'll do the rap battle thing again.
All right.
I just got to do the rap battle. Guys, listen.
You guys missed it a couple weeks ago. It was like a scene out of 8 Mile. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Fuck the free world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest with you. Tonight, the only reason why I have a shining bit of happiness is because I'm sitting next to my good friend, quite possibly the greatest friend I've ever known.
Wow.
And
that
would be, that would be Jameson. No, I'm just kidding. That would be my friend.
Say, Jameson and Ginger.
Jameson and Ginger. That would be my friend Aaron. Guys, welcome to the Red and Blue Soccer Chat, brought to you by the Evan and Aaron Show. Dude, I am not in between. I'm either speechless or I am full of rage. That's about where I'm at. But what about you?
Well, I think on your behalf, I would say don't go to rage just yet. There was always going to be some setbacks. Yes, it's frustrating right now, but I always go back to, trust the process, be a fan. They are trying. These players are trying.
Are they really?
I think they are. I think they're confused.
Okay.
I don't think there's a cohesion yet. We'll probably get to something along this conversation later. For me personally, my frustrations stem from probably the fact that, it kind of feels like maybe we're not getting some decisions, a rub of the green.
Yep.
Because the reality is I thought United actually played one of their better games against Arsenal. So just jump in on the red side of things here and kind of talk about. So
let's hit it, dude. Go ahead. Do your thing. There you go. What do you? I mean, I'm just going to let you go because I'm still trying to process all the bullshit.
This is one that you've just kind of got to take on the chin and say, yes, it sucks, but sometimes the results go your way, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
We have benefited by probably a VAR no call, even though culturally, it doesn't get called the early Andre Onana foul in the Wolves game, that sort of thing, but. We could have a whole separate discussion about VAR's influence on games just in the first couple of weeks of this season alone.
And I got to say, the one team that has bit the most, or it seems that has affected it the most, is United.
I do feel like we've, like I said, we could have had a penalty against us on the opening day.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've had a couple things not really go our way. I'm still not sure how you look at the shot out from outside the box against the Tottenham match, and you don't give a penalty.
Yeah.
There were a lot of instances where they could have intervened, and I was pleased with the decision on Kai Havertz. I don't think he took a dive. I don't think he did.
No.
I think he's a smart
so.
attacker who initiated some contact, but the letter of the law says, the plan for Wan-Bissaka is the one that you look at. Anything after that is considered the attacker initiating contact. So,
right.
I kind of felt like Højlund maybe deserved a penalty. And I have to be honest. When we were sitting here in real time and I watched it, everybody cheered for the goal, and I sat there going, "This is going to VAR."
You're like, "Wait a minute."
Now, every time I've watched a replay, the way these lines get drawn is a little interesting to me, but I'd rather focus on the fact that up until that point, it had been a very, very entertaining match. Both teams sort of demonstrating some of their strengths and weaknesses. Man United's ability to hit on the counterattack.
Yeah.
Arsenal's resilience when, let's face it, a couple years ago, this kind of team that after, they had dominated possession to give up a goal like they did to Rashford on a quick counter, that could have been a backbreaker.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
they had equalized in 90 seconds. It also demonstrated that, Christian Eriksen played a ridiculous ball to Marcus Rashford, and there was still a ton to do. He had to take on 2 guys to score, but the pass and
to
the
get the ball
vision
to him
that Eriksen showed was amazing. And then 90 seconds later, he's completely at sea, for the goal. A credit to Arsenal. They hit back right away. It was good for them.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
But, overall, I'd like to be sitting here talking about the fact that, if this game would have finished 1-1, both teams would have walked away and said, you know what, fair result.
Sure.
I'll allow it from Arsenal fans. You kept pushing. You got a goal. I think 3-1 flattered them a little bit. Obviously, you're getting an extra goal in garbage time because United
was
are
cheap.
stretched.
That was garbage. It was garbage.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it counts.
It's not like you stopped playing. I'm not mad about that. I would prefer to take away some positives, but as I kind of said in the write-up, it looks like we're closer to being complete.
Oh, yeah.
But there's some obvious, things missing. Anthony Martial's just got to go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Højlund looks the part, and I think he just needs to get some games and guys to get used to playing with him.
Right.
Anthony's end product is just gone, completely gone, and now that he's in trouble with the Brazilian national team and domestic disputes, we don't need more of this. We're already dealing with Mason Greenwood. This is just such a black eye on the club.
What went down?
Jadon Sancho, I don't think anybody really knows what's going on, but if he does not look, I tend to sympathize with the players more often than not. But at the end of the day, if you're mad that the manager isn't playing you, there's one way, and one way alone to resolve that.
You play hard at practice.
Kick everybody's ass in practice and make you undroppable.
What happened with Martial? Was it Martial that made comments this week?
No, that was Sancho.
Sancho that made the comments. Okay.
Yeah, so Ten Hag had not just left Sancho out of the starting lineup or didn't he didn't make the match day squad. He did not travel with the team. And he said it was because of his performances or lack thereof.
Okay.
During the week in training, to which Sancho, responded. This is where I think social media gets these guys in a little bit of trouble. Don't respond in social media. Respond on the field. Because right now everybody's saying, look, dude, you've only had a few flashy performances. You've not lived up to the hype. You've not lived up to the price tag.
Yep.
So getting into a pissing contest in the media with your own managers, not the way to go about it. It's not professional.
No.
And you are going to take some criticism for that. And with everything else going on at the club right now, you've just got to be smarter than that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's frustrating to see. There were some positives. Obviously Marcus, does what Marcus does. He was very direct, scored a really good goal. Probably should have had another.
Yeah.
Højlund was active in his brief timeout. Thought, Bruno and Eriksen played well together. I think that's a great double pivot. Kaza played decent. I'm looking forward to Amrabat jumping in and seeing a little bit more energy from him. Garnacho was a spark off the bench as well. So, there are positives to take away from it. It's just a shame that after what should be a good spectacle for the weekend, you spend a lot of time talking about the VAR nonsense and the intervening and things of that nature. But in general, I'm not panicking yet.
Okay.
But the international break has come at a good time for us to sort of bury some of these issues and, hopefully bounce back. Some guys who go away for the international break, get some good minutes and play well and come back. And this rejuvenates a lot of guys.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus loves playing for the English national team and comes back.
Yeah.
Amrabat's going to go away with Morocco. I've heard some injury or some rumors that he's injured. I'm not quite sure about all that stuff. But, it's an opportunity for a lot of these guys to go away, clear their heads. If they're with the national team, it's a whole new, set of circumstances. If they're not, they get to take a couple days off and then come back and do some individual training and work with the manager and really get an idea of what they want. So, I hope they take this, 10, 12 days off and really refresh themselves because there's some big games coming up.
Man, I tell you, that was my question to you. Like, where in this part of the season, are you? I know you're not like, oh my God, I'm worried about things, but how are you feeling about things? I guess you just answered that. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. Like at the very beginning of the season, anything can happen, and anything has happened. To be quite honest with you. So, yeah, if you want to,
it's weird because I think you would say that some of United's best play at periods of time have come in both the games that they've lost. They looked pretty good in that first 20 to 30 minutes against Spurs, and looked really good at weathering good pressure from Arsenal, because Arsenal was fighting for that win as well. And I think there's a team that, you know, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're probably having the exact same conversation and thinking, we kind of maybe
you snuck away
there because, you know, a 1-1 draw at home to United early in the season, that wouldn't have been a terrible result.
Not too bad.
But if Garnacho's goal stands and you lose, now suddenly your mindset's different and that affects you. So I think, you know, you have to try not to put too much weight on things, but give them the appropriateness and say, you know what, there are things to take away from this, good, bad, what have you.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag strikes me as the kind of guy that, I mean, he's making notes, and he's definitely got a plan in place. We'll see, you know, how we respond after the break.
But here's the thing: you guys, you know, had Spurs and Arsenal. Shall we? No. Yeah. Oh no. Die. We're not loving them yet. I don't even know where to start. Like, and here's the thing. I understand and trust Pochettino's process. I trust it. Although I just found out that I'm an, you know, anxious attachment style. So I'm anxious. Wow, there you go. Anyway, I am scared of trusting the process. And here's why. What? This is like, how long are we into the show? Maybe, what does it say? 12 minutes. Yeah. We're 12 minutes into the show, and I'm going to already say fuck. What the fuck?
Well, I beat you to that earlier.
No, that's true. I just wasn't paying attention.
Got to mark the nuts.
I know, exactly. Yeah, we just demonetized ourselves, but oh well. What the fuck? Anyway, Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge should be like, I don't know, the 2021 Detroit Lions going to Lambeau Field. The Lions, who won one game that year, going to Lambeau. It has to be at that level. This is not acceptable. It's not acceptable, Aaron. And the fact is that, you know, we at very least should have got 1 point at home versus Nottingham Forest. I'm sorry. Nottingham, props to you. You guys played the perfect game plan, because here's what they knew. They knew if we could frustrate the hell out of Chelsea and pack the box, because they know that it takes 10 to 12 minutes for us to do a build-up, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And they knew, okay, they would have one shot at that build-up. If we pack the box, we'll block it, we'll head it out, we'll turn it over, or they'll turn it over, and we'll be on the break. And what happened?
Yeah.
Caicedo in the fucking middle just turned the ball over. Gallagher tried to stab at it, couldn't get it, and the breakaway was on. And that was it. I mean, that literally was it. Elanga had...
former United player.
I know, Anthony Elanga or whatever. I don't even know. Fuck it.
Yep.
He scored the goal, and it was a cheeky goal. And so here's my top 5 shit list for Chelsea right now. Number 1 on the list is Sanchez. What the hell? What the hell? 52% save rate. That is not acceptable in the Premier League. Not acceptable. We have to go ahead and put Petrovic in there. We've got to. Why are we trying to...
So you think the goals that you've given up thus far aren't on the defense?
No,
They're on the goalie.
Oh, no, remember, I got 5.
Okay.
I got 5.
All right.
But
you think he should have done better?
As a keeper.
Okay.
52% save rate in the EPL?
We're 3 games in, and I don't know where every shot came from.
Well, here's my problem with it. My problem with it is that if you that goal was cheeky. I don't care what you say. It was. And yes, it was turned over, and yes, he was caught off guard, but he was caught off guard at midfield. You saw the ball being turned over. You saw it, dude. It's like, I don't know. I don't like him there. I don't think he's the guy.
Would you rather have Kepa?
Oh God, I'd rather have Kepa.
Okay. All right. The Twitterverse is a rage.
I don't care
about that.
Hey, come at me, Twitter. Come at me, X.
No.
I would rather have Kepa there.
This is a 50-50 kind of argument for me. I see a ton of people who are like, oh, we never should have gotten rid of Kepa. And other people are like, Kepa sucks ass. So,
number 2. What the hell, Caicedo? Dude.
Not having a great start to life with Chelsea.
Not having a great start to life at all. What is happening? I mean, to literally put on his shoulders 2 huge goals against us in big matches. Like this was a big match. This should have been a match where we showed up and showed out, just like we did, against Luton, just like we did against Wimbledon. And I'm not saying we showed up and showed out against Wimbledon. We were lucky to win that match. Enzo saved us in that match. This should have been a match where we were like, okay, we're stabilized, we're good. Now, because of a mental error that he has again made, has now put us into a spot to where we are, wait for it, again at the bottom half of the table. Oh, and who's at the top half of the table? Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Well,
that's just,
I think perhaps that you should recognize that maybe Forest aren't going to be bottom feeders and came and gave you a good match.
They played a great match. They played a great match. They did. And I'm not taking anything away with that. But when you are freaking number 3.
Okay.
I've got to put Todd Bowley in here.
Well, yeah.
What the hell, dude? 1 billion quid? 1 billion quid. And literally, we are starting to look like we looked last season. We're starting to look like people running around, like just have no idea. They can't recover. They have no spark as far as being creative with the ball. And I'm gonna give some concession here. Chukwuemeka, Reece James, and Nkunku. Those are our 3. And I may have been pre-gaming a little bit before I came here, guys, so I'm sorry. Those 3 injuries killed us because Chukwuemeka and Nkunku were playing incredible during the summer, and they were just loving the system. And those 2 guys went out, and nobody has stepped up. Nobody has said, hey, look, what's going on? Number 4, Pochettino. What are you doing? What are you doing putting Ben Chilwell as a winger?
But he played there a lot last season.
Yeah. But the problem is, it seems like he's trying to force him in there because he's captain, and that's not his spot. That's not his spot.
Jump in real quick here. Thank you.
Cheers.
Fine ladies.
Cheers.
Chatham Tap. By the way, this weekend, international break. They will be open at 11 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. No breakfast, but come in and get your authentic fish and chips while watching the England match.
Yeehaw. Do it. Oh, okay, wait. So, okay, number 4. Why are you putting Ben Chilwell there, Pochettino? Let him know. You cannot force him to go forward. That's not his game, dude. It's not his game. We've seen it. There we go. Cheers. Just because you've been named captain doesn't mean that you have to get into that type of.
I'm going to have to push back here because Chilwell has been used in this attacking sort of wing-back role for Chelsea last season and for the England setup. And while you've got Colwill, who seems to be a better defender, this makes the most sense. Who else are you going to put on the left side? Who do you have another left-sided natural left footer to play on the wing?
Forward? Up front?
No. He's not playing up front.
Oh.
He's just an out-and-out winger.
Well, he was. Oh, see, this is what I don't like. I'm like, no, he is a position player. The dude, yes. Can he score goals? Absolutely.
Well,
if he needs
first
to.
off, have you guys used the same formation?
No.
2 games in a row yet?
No.
So there's your Pochettino criticism.
Okay. Okay.
That's your criticism.
And I have, once again, I have a question for you at the end about that because I have a theory, and I do agree with you. But the 5th and final one, I love me some Nicholas Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe my granddaughter could have scored the goal. I get it. I get it. Pressure on the kid. You're at Stamford Bridge. Tie the game up in the 86th minute. You could have done it. Dude, skied it over. That is, as much as I hate it, that's unacceptable. There's no way that should have happened. I mean, no way. So, yes. Am I bitter? Yes. Am I angry? Yes. Am I probably wrong about all of my shit? Maybe.
No. I would not say that is the case.
But this was a total team failure.
Yes.
Even though we had much of the possession, even though we had a lot of the... Oh, by the way, stat I looked up. Guess what team has the most big tries in the EPL this year?
Well, I'm going to guess Chelsea.
Tied with Manchester City. How many of those big tries, which are 11, did Chelsea convert?
Well, okay. Here's your big problem. Your best goal scorer is injured, and you're comparing your team to a team that has the best goal scorer on the planet right now.
I get it, but my God. Put the ball in the back of the freaking net.
You're going to have this conversation a lot this season because Nicholas Jackson's not quite ready. In fact, that's the biggest issue is you've got a lot of guys that are decent players. They're not quite ready, and they're certainly not ready to be one of 5 to 7 players in the Chelsea lineup at any given point in time that have little to no experience at this level.
This is, and you know what? I hear the wisdom in what you're saying. I do. This is just, I believe, how many Chelsea fans are feeling
Stroke my
right
Yoda
now.
beard.
Yeah, there you go. You didn't even say anything about me shaving. Like, I shaved. I've got my 5 o'clock growing back.
I'm all smooth.
But I think this is the way most Chelsea fans are feeling right now. Like, we're feeling like, oh, my God, it's happening again. We're feeling like is this going to be a repeat? Because you can't go through Tuchel and Potter and then, Frank and then finally Pochettino. And Pochettino watching the same damn thing happen that happened to those 3 managers as far as their management of the club. They can't score goals. Your problem is that you can't score goals and you turn the ball over in the midfield. So, as a manager, fucking fix the midfield first. Because, we can't do that. We cannot expose ourselves like that. Because when we expose ourselves like that, I don't care who you are. You could be Man City, or you could be Forest.
So you'd bench Caicedo.
You would score on us.
You'd bench Caicedo. I mean, you see what we're getting into here.
I do. I do.
We talk at this high level, and this is what gets me. This is the Twitterverse that I get into. I'm like, you're not wrong to a certain extent. But
I didn't say bench.
Here's the thing. You don't have an Erling Haaland on the bench.
I know
we don't. You don't even have a. You don't have an Anthony Martial on the bench.
Jesus on the bench. We don't. We don't.
So when you say we need more goals, where's that going to come from?
That's got to come.
Raz needs to step up.
It's got to come.
But Raz has been the guy creating goal-scoring opportunities. I will give Sterling a lot of credit in the games that he's been very direct. He's taken the ball to the end line, and he recognizes, I'm not a goal scorer. I'm going to try to set people up, and you don't have him.
But here's the thing. I think that he needs to get the word, and Poch needs to tell him, dude, Sterling, you are a veteran in this league. Be more direct to the goal. Take the damn shot.
Well, but here's the thing.
He's got 2 so far this season.
His game is he beats guys to the end line and cuts back.
And
that's his pace.
I get it.
Okay, so that's where Nkunku is supposed. Well, but there's no shot to be had.
Well, if Nkunku's not there, take the damn shot.
Okay.
I know he's going
to
the
the
end line.
If I beat you here and I go to the end line, there is no shot to take.
But don't go to the end line.
Then
fucking just take it in. No, dude.
If it were that easy, skip.
I'm not
skip.
No.
Skip.
No.
Skip.
No.
Skip.
No. Here's what I'm saying.
Skip.
Here's what I'm saying. No. Shannon. No.
Skip.
No. What I'm saying is you've got to tell these guys to be more creative.
Somebody bring us a Hennessy and a blunt.
You got to tell them to be more creative. Like, open them up. Like, we can't have Sterling while Nkunku's out. We can't have Sterling be Sterling. He has to be Sterling 2.0. He has to do different things until Nkunku comes back. That's what I'm saying. You're getting paid this money. You are a high-level player. You should be able to diversify your play in order to make up for the loss of such an incredible cog in the machine. Should you not?
I think you are asking an awful lot of a veteran player to do that. I'm sorry, I do.
I'm going to use an example. Bruno. What happened when what happened when Ronaldo left? Bruno became something else. He was something else when Ronaldo was there, but when he left, Bruno then became what the team needed.
If you're saying, can you elevate your game, I understand that. But you don't just magically become a goal scorer.
I get it.
It has been the biggest criticism of Raheem Sterling's career is that he gets into good positions and he can't finish.
Okay.
That's not going to change.
But
he's not miraculously going to be 25 points above the mean.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that as the senior member of the front.
Do you know who he needs to actually step the fuck up?
Nicholas Jackson.
Michaela Mudryk.
Absolutely.
What does he do? What does he do? Tell me his biggest strength.
He's fast. That's about it.
Okay. Well,
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of watching this. They are the most boring team. The most boring team to watch as far as build-up is concerned. You know exactly what they're going to do.
Yes.
They pass the ball around. They wait, and they allow the defense to get back. They don't push. And then when they finally take a shot, here's what's going to happen. I guarantee you, Aaron, the next time we sit down and watch a match together, I guarantee you I will be 10 seconds ahead. I'll be like, you know what?
Yes,
they're going to win a corner.
You got to remember,
they're going to head it out.
We had this conversation at the very beginning saying this is going to be a frustrating season. There's going to be 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We're going to see issues like this. The question you have to ask yourself is, do we see any improvement from game to game? That's the criticism right now. I'm not seeing any progression. And part of that no progression is because you're missing key players. You absolutely are.
True.
And when you're trying to rebuild a team and put new guys together and then suddenly integral pieces of that puzzle are missing, it's going to be a problem. But nothing about Raheem Sterling has ever shouted, I'm captain material, get on my back, I will lead you. And right now, you don't even have a single player on the field like that because Reece James is out.
Yep. I'm about to say something that you will be like, oh, my God, I can't believe he's saying this. I do not think Ben Chilwell needs to be captain. I think that either Raheem
Well, he absolutely shouldn't be.
I think Raheem Sterling.
Why would you put that on his shoulders?
Or Enzo.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm saying is Enzo's one of those guys that you're like, oh, we're getting into a bar fight? I guess I'll probably follow Enzo into it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Raz is in his Jag leaving right now.
Sterling is.
Right? And Chilwell's like,
I don't want to mess up my hair.
I don't know where I am.
I don't want to mess up my hair.
Why am I out here on the wing?
I hate talking like this about my team, but they're my team. And as the great James Baldwin said,
yes,
I love America, and I love America so much that I get to criticize her.
Yeah, no, and you're not wrong to be frustrated, but don't go this ham this early in the season.
No, I'm going ham.
There's gonna be doldrums, man.
Don't tell me.
It's gonna get worse.
Don't tell me I can't go ham.
All right,
I go ham. I just need hugs. I'm a cancer, damn it. Thank you. I know. Thank you, man.
Reach out to your loved ones.
Oh, God. I mean, that's, we do. I hate it. It's like a bad, negative relationship. It's a toxic relationship right now. That's exactly what it is. It is.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? The thing is that we will get better. We will grow from this. Mm-hmm. I believe Pochettino is that type of manager that will help us grow from it.
Mm-hmm. He should. And
who knows, guys? I don't know. I'm not going to make any predictions.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to make any because we're just going to have to strap in for this ride this year.
Yep.
So there you go.
Alrighty, folks. So that's Man U and Chelsea
I said
in
a
nutshell.
Dude.
Well,
Damn.
but you know what?
I need to get that off my chest.
This is what makes us, what we love this beautiful game for. It evokes these passionate responses from you. It kind of stokes those flames a little bit, and you say, why? Why is this happening? Why can't we overcome some of these things. And you know what? If it were just as easy as playing Footy Manager, we'd all be doing it.
Yeah,
But there's a reason why these guys get asked to do this, and not us. So
dude, yeah, this game is frustrating, but it is the beautiful game for a reason. And once again, let me reiterate at the end, Nottingham Forest fans, good on you. Good on you. Way to go in with a game plan. Steve was absolutely on his game when he made that game plan. So,
yeah.
Yes, kudos to you.
Alrighty, well, it is the international break. There are lots of games coming up, depending on which confederation you follow. The U.S. have 2 largely sort of meh friendlies coming up.
Meh. Wait, is that good friend of the pod?
I did not
Simmons?
See. I did not see.
Simmons.
I don't know.
Okay, you didn't hear us.
I believe we've got. I don't even know. Not quite sure.
This is what happens.
I should have done some better research, but honestly, I just don't care.
It's all right.
The reality is we've brought in a team of what you would expect from the European guys. It's a lot of I don't diss on Greg Berhalter the way so many fans do, but it does get kind of hard to get excited about it. What are we playing? Uzbekistan.
The Ooze. We're playing the Ooze.
We've got Uzbekistan, and then oh
no,
fucking iPhones.
Whoa. Take it easy there.
Oh, Uzbekistan and Oman.
I think that we're not going to see very much.
All right, so I just don't think we're going to be able to take a whole lot away from this. The one upside is we've got a lot of guys who've made some big moves in the offseason and are playing well. Obviously, Christian Pulisic, player of the month for AC Milan.
Yes.
2 goals and an assist in the first couple of games. Yunus Musa joining him there. Weston McKennie did not look great over the weekend with Juve. But plenty of other guys are getting good time. Serginho Dest really coming on for PSV. I think that's a big positive. So I think what I'm going to look for most is does Greg seem to be putting together a system? Because right now our job is to begin putting together a team that will go deep at this tri-hosted World Cup.
Yeah,
and I believe he said out loud the goal is a semifinal, which is bold. It's very, very bold.
Yes.
But it's not doable.
No.
And it's reaching for the stars a bit, but it's doable from the standpoint of could we play well enough? Yes, we could.
Yes.
Do we have a system and a team for that just yet? No, we don't.
No. But I think we have the bones of a team.
We do.
I think we have the bones of a team.
There's some good bones in this team.
First of all, I think that if once again, if Matt Turner stays on his game, I think that we're solid there at goal. I think that we have, DeAndre Yedlin. We have so many guys back there that are going to be able to fill the gaps for us, that are going to be able to do the things that we need to do. I think we'll be okay. I think that, seriously, what we need to do is build from the back forward, because we've got to be able to not do what Chelsea did and turn the ball over to midfield and then get a breakaway. I think that our game is just that tank kind of style where we just push the ball up the field. You can't stop us, and then boom, we score.
I do think we've got a lot of some good pieces here. One of the concerns I have is because obviously we are going to get put under pressure and have teams looking to score on us. And I don't want people to misconstrue this, because I think these are fantastic stories. But if Tim Ream and Walker Zimmerman are in the World Cup squad, that means we got 2 guys who, in a lot of places, would have already retired a while ago. And I love the Tim Ream story. I love the Walker Zimmerman story.
I do. Very similar to Julie Ertz.
I think it's fantastic.
But
we can't have a couple of 37-year-old dudes starting at center back in the World Cup when we are going to get run against.
It's like
this isn't Sergio Ramos and Pepe and some of these guys. They have the nous to deal with this.
Yes.
And I love me some Tim Ream. I think his story's fantastic.
I think he's awesome.
But we need to figure out how to blood some of these new guys through, and we've got them. I'm looking at these players, and I'm seeing. I'm definitely. I'm never gonna say the nickname, because I just think you're not allowed to have your name be a Star Wars character. But both Robinsons are good. You've got Chris, what's his name?
Oh, there you go.
Shoot. Outfield players, defender. Oh, he's not brought in? Oh, I don't think.
At least not for this match.
This is not the team that's.
At least not for that match.
No, that's not the team that's coming. But we've got good players, and if we can get them. By the way, did you see Timothy Weah's new boots?
No.
For the upcoming?
Are they nice?
Look it up real quick.
Okay.
I wish I had a keyboard available to me so I could look this up. But Timothy Weah is he wears New Balance.
New Balance?
Tekla, I think is what they're called, and they are sick. They're red, white, and blue. They are USA through and through. And I think there's a map of Brooklyn. Yeah, I think there's a map of Brooklyn on the sole of the shoe. They are sick looking.
No, okay.
I can't wear New
Balance.
Balance. I can't wear New Balance because
you can't?
I can't. They weigh next to nothing. They offer no protection. My feet would absolutely just break if I wore those. That's no diss to New Balance. I got plenty of friends who wear them. It's just not the shoe I can wear. But it's pretty. That's a real pretty shoe.
See if I can get close and people can see. Oh, wow, that is really delayed. You probably can't, but check it out. It is like.
There you go. Yeah.
Nope, you can't see it.
I would just recommend looking up
that's nice.
New Balance Tim Weah boots because they are sick looking.
Holy cow!
Really cool to see that we've got another American getting his own shoe deal. So that was a bit of an aside, but we're not going to be able to take a whole lot away from these friendlies. But guys go out and build on the performances that they've been having with Milan, PSV, all that stuff. We've got guys playing everywhere. A lot of guys in Germany and Holland. Just keep building on it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see a little bit of creativity out of Berhalter as well. So
I think that I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. I think we'll see some fun football.
I hope so.
I think we'll see some fun football, and it'll be worth watching.
I mean, no disrespect, as we said, but it's Uzbekistan and Oman.
Like I said,
I would like to think we could beat these teams, but
football. There you go.
They're no Forest.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are going to try and beat the Instagram.
Beat the clock. We got 22 minutes to go.
Okay, there we go. We are going to move into the Hey Aaron segment.
Hey.
I have an angsty question for you, my friend. And this
You've had an angsty evening.
I've had an angsty evening. I feel like a 17-year-old again. My question to you is this. Given the recent performances of our teams, what would be the best formation for Chelsea and for Man U to go with, at least for the for the foreseeable future?
I think it is very difficult to answer this question from a Chelsea perspective, from the standpoint of until you've got truly everybody healthy, which I know that's rare. You can't always, but I mean, your best lineup would obviously include Nkunku. It would probably at least include Chukwuemeka in the squad, if not starting.
Yes, and Reece James.
I mean, well, of course. So it's very hard to say. I don't think three at the back suits you guys all that well because of the attacking ability of the players that you like. You kind of touched on this a little bit. I don't think Ben Chilwell is a great individual defender, so to put him in a back three, that's why I obviously say not to. So if you're doing a 3-5-2, you can put him out wide. Yeah. I think Reece James has good both ways ability.
I think so.
But I don't think you'd want to chuck him at the back either.
No, you don't.
I'm wondering if maybe not a 4-5-1 that turns into a 4-3-3 from defense to attack wouldn't be the best way to go about it.
And Poch has done that in the past. I mean, he's done that in the past.
And the question is, can some of these guys be disciplined? I think Raheem Sterling does have the ability to stay back. And the question is, while you don't have Nkunku, who is your focal point of the attack? Jackson has looked good at times. He's stronger than I thought he was because he looks sort of slight of build.
Yes.
At some point in time, you either have to engage Michaela Mudryk or you're going to have to cut your losses because the guy just doesn't look comfortable out there, doesn't seem to know what his role is. And he's not look, I'm not one of these people to be like, oh, so-and-so sucks. No, you didn't get to this level by accident.
Right.
I think he's
right.
probably
No,
a tremendous
absolutely.
footballer.
Absolutely.
But what he's being asked to do, his body language clearly says, I don't want to be doing this.
Yes.
So I don't know if while he's in the doldrums, he's going to be like, yeah, man, I'll put in the hard yards, as a winger in a 4-5-1
Right.
when I might not ever see the ball going forward.
Enzo has to be, in my opinion, and you're absolutely right, he has to be in the middle. He's got to be in the middle. He's got to be the guy that is kind of distributing the ball. You saw the type of passes that he can distribute. I mean, the guy set Jackson up beautifully. He delivers the ball. He's dynamic. He can really be the. And I'm not saying he is Bruno Fernandes, but he can be our Bruno. He can be our Bruno to where he can distribute the ball, get the ball to the right guys at the right time. I think that if he can be part of that, and this, I agree, he's got to be in that midfield.
Well,
he's got to be there.
What makes Bruno able to be Bruno is a Casemiro that protects your back line in a just a veteran, professional way.
A Terminator way.
And a second pivot like Christian Eriksen, who's fine with sitting deep.
Yes.
He'll pick out Bruno. Bruno picks out the next guys, and then when you overplay, Eriksen picks out the next guy.
True.
So you have that advancement that you don't have otherwise. Your problem right now is Caicedo does not provide that foundation.
Yeah.
He does not show the. Yeah. You watch that Arsenal United match.
Yeah.
And what was a huge, huge difference for me was our attempts to play out of the back, and this was twofold. Onana is so much more comfortable on the ball than De Gea.
Okay. Yep.
And he's not playing the ball to Fred or McTominay on the edge of the D. He's playing it to Casemiro or Eriksen. And the difference that provides and the foundation that you can lay from that to be able to play a ball right here to Wan-Bissaka, and then when they overplay, you can play a ball around the corner out wide to Antony or to Rashford or whatever. That doesn't exist otherwise. That's where you guys are failing.
And you reminded me, oh my, crack fries for free? I mean, yes.
This is what we get here.
Sam.
This is what we get here at the Chatham Tap.
But you just reminded me of, like, a criticism of Sanchez. Sanchez cannot distribute the ball well.
I think that's going to be a problem.
That smells so damn good.
You guys don't appear to want to try to exclusively play out of the back in the same way that some of the rest of us are trying to do.
Yep.
So that's not necessarily criticism. I get your criticism of him. But I think in general, it's hard to answer this question for Chelsea because I just don't know if we've ever seen your best 15 guys be able to be in the uniform at the same time.
So let's move to United. What do you think United needs to do from this point on, my friend?
That one's a little bit more straightforward, and I'm anxious to see how we line up after we come back from the break because I think thus far Mount hasn't really worked, but I think he can. I would personally move him into a different spot. I think I would advance him just a little bit, maybe play a narrow 3, and allow him to be involved in that because he's a very good playmaker and he works very hard. Yep. But I think Amrabat is going to have a big influence on this team because he's just got a level of energy that we're not seeing out of our midfield trio. And that's not really a criticism because Casemiro's job is to be a protector, kind of slide back and forth, get forward as he can. Eriksen finds his little pockets, and then that frees up Bruno. So we're not trying to have, we clearly aren't going with this, we're just going to run you to death kind of midfield and outwork you in that sense. We're going to outplay you and outsmart you. I think Amrabat brings a little bit of both. I think he's going to bring an energy and an engine that the rest of those guys don't have, and he's got vision. He's going to be aggressive. You watch the way he played for Fiorentina. You watch the way he plays for Morocco. He's aggressive. He wants to advance the ball. And when you look up in front of you and you've got a guy like Marcus Rashford, you've got an Antony who not on form, but he's, he believes in himself. And now a Rasmus Højlund, you've got to say to yourself, I want to move forward with these guys.
Sure.
The injuries defensively are starting to concern me a little bit. We've got good cover. But we finished the game with Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans at center back.
Oh, wow.
And they did okay. They weren't, in my opinion, they aren't responsible for the goals.
I'm sorry.
Those circumstances.
Harry
but
Maguire, people give him shit, but the guy's been around long enough. He can cover.
Well, the problem is the system just doesn't suit him at all. You know, he still gets called in the England squad and would look good in other squads that don't play high lines, that play on the edge of their box, play against teams that are going to drop off a little bit and allow him the time on the ball that makes him one of the better between-the-lines center-back passers in the game. Yeah. That's great. United don't create that. That's not what we're about, and therefore it doesn't benefit him. It would have been best for him to move on. Would have been better for the club to move on. I don't hate Harry Maguire,
no.
But stop trying to make a round peg fit into a square hole. You know, I think United are close. I've really enjoyed what I've seen out of Onana. He scares me sometimes, but he kind of scares me in a good way. Like, all right, we're trying to be aggressive, and we may occasionally cough one up.
Sure,
but. So did David De Gea every once in a while.
Right.
For as great of a shot stopper as he was, he would cough one every once in a while. And I think the risk-reward of how Onana plays is going to ultimately benefit us in the long run.
Okay.
I think we're still missing one or two people, and we may not get them this season.
Yep.
But moving forward, I don't think I would change our lineup all that much, but I do want to see Amrabat. I think he's going to be one of the biggest influences, and obviously Højlund, because we've just been missing a striker. Anthony Martial is just not the guy. What concerns me beyond that is if Højlund comes in and gets a run of 10 games, and you're like, this guy's fantastic, and we're scoring goals, and then he gets hurt. Or you got to rest him.
Right, exactly. He's got to rest.
So there is no backup for that. So that's where we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Hey Aaron segment. We did forget something because I did have a halftime shot that I wanted to give to someone, so I'm going to lift a halftime drink to them. JT and Kara Romer, to you guys, one of the best weddings that I've ever attended in my life. You know, me and my SO were there and had a great time just celebrating with you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for sharing your special day with family and friends. We love you, and hope you guys become good friends of the pod. So there you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
Slanty.
Oh, that's good. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final part of our show. I know what you're going to talk about tonight. And this is why I love you, because you don't hold any bullshit back, dude. So, Aaron, your final thoughts for tonight. What do you got for us, buddy?
You know, we were here a couple weeks ago, and by and large, when talking about the Women's World Cup, we were lamenting, you know, how the U.S. women had played, and you know, some of the other performances. Definitely talking about how, you know, it was great attendance, lots of people watching it on TV, and some really incredible matches, and all of that is true. And what's sad is, in the last 2 weeks, we should be talking about Jenny Hermoso and Carmenga. I'm butchering it. I apologize. But so many of these Spanish players for having a wonderful World Cup. And let's remember that 15 players chose not to play for the scumbag of a coach for Spain, so they were kind of weakened by that, and they saw this whole thing through, and they won a World Cup down in Australia. And Sam Kerr is up for Ballon d'Or. Actually, I think there's 2 Chelsea players up for Ballon d'Or. I mean, it was a wonderful World Cup, and not a Women's World Cup. It was a wonderful World Cup.
Yes.
And instead, the news has been dominated by a pig of a man who's the head of a federation. And, you know, a lot of people are like, well, he got caught up in the moment, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? 10 minutes prior to that, when they scored a goal, dude jumps up and grabbed his crotch. Now, I don't know what kind of line of your work you're in, but that's not really a great way to celebrate an international event. And then, several minutes after that, grabbed one of the top players, and Jenny Hermoso, and planted a kiss on her face. And you know what? I understand some people are like, yeah, but this happens in men's sports and this is different. You don't get it. You're missing the power dynamic and the failure to protect these players. And the reality is People have argued for a long time, do women deserve this? Do they deserve to have the same investment? Do they deserve to be on the platform? The equality issue when it comes to the money and the prize money especially. Well, you know what? We've seen in the last couple of years, started during COVID, and now it culminates in this. If you give them the platform, the success immediately follows. Think about 90,000 people tuning in. You know what just happened? 90-some thousand people tuned in to watch the Nebraska women's volleyball team play in the football stadium.
Wow.
It's the largest attended women's sporting event in history. And you know what's about to happen? Purdue women's volleyball is going to schedule a match at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Oh, my goodness.
To break it.
That's nice.
We saw Barcelona women's team outdraw the men's team last year. Think about what I just said.
Yes,
the Barcelona women's team outdrew the men's team. Quite possibly one of the most popular teams of the last decade got outdrawn by their women's squad. That's an amazing thing. But if your argument is that we don't need to lend these opportunities, well, here's the evidence against that.
Right.
But in order to do so, we have to police ourselves. All right? The head of the Spanish Football Federation gave some impassioned plea and got a standing ovation, and then less than a week later, people were calling for his head.
Yes.
This is the epitome of the patriarchy in disorder.
Yep.
And I'm sorry if you don't like my $3 words, but that's what it is. It's the patriarchy. It's something that's existed for a long-ass time, and you know what? It doesn't make me a cuck. It doesn't make me a beta.
Nope.
It makes me fucking woke.
Yes.
It makes me have my eyes open to see what's going on in the world. And if my desire to help other people out oversteps what you think is the severity of the incident, well, too bad, because the alternative is to not do enough. And that's what we've been doing for millennia all around the world. And we have this opportunity now to say, look at Sam Kerr, look at Ginny Hermosa, look at Alex Morgan, look at
Megan Rapinoe.
Marta. Megan Rapinoe. Oh, I know I just pissed you all off with Megan Rapinoe.
That's
but
why I
you
threw it
know
in there.
what?
Yeah.
You know what? If you're mad at Megan Rapinoe, then you'd have been somebody who criticized Muhammad Ali too. So you know what? It's about damn time we stand up for women and give them the same opportunities and the money and support and protection that we've given each other for all this time.
Oh,
and if
my
that's
God.
too much to ask, then you don't love this beautiful game.
I'm telling you guys, right there, this guy, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, woo. That's why I love you, man. That's why I love you. Bam. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are OWT. We are out. Listen, the only thing that you can do to make this world a better place is what you can do immediately around you. And that is two things. Love yourself and love everyone around you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and watching us at the Red and Blue Soccer Chat. We love you. This is Evan.
Hashtag say gay.
Hashtag Black People Vote.
We out.
Man, that was good.